Hello, this is MPJoshi, Associate Professor, Department of English, Walchand College of Arts and Science. I am doing a PowerPoint presentation on the topic linguistics and overview. First of all, we will have a look at the definitions of linguistics. Linguistics is a branch of knowledge that deals with a scientific study of language. The second definition is by Edward Sapir. Language is a purely human and non-instinctive method of communicating ideas, emotions, and desires by means of voluntarily produced symbols. There is one more definition given of language by Noam Chomsky, a very famous linguist, and he says language is a rule-based system of science. Coming to etymology of language, the English word language has been derived from the French langage, which is said to have been derived from the Latin lingua, which means tongue. We have a look at the network of language. Language is not a simple entity, simple concept. It is actually a network of different patterns as follows. The first pattern is the patterns of substance. The second is patterns of form. And the third is patterns of context. It means a language has its own substance. It has a form of its own. And it is used in a particular context. First of all, we will have a look at the patterns of substance. The patterns of substance give rise to phonic substance and graphic substance. It means the substance may be divided into two varieties. The first is called the phonic substance and the second is called the graphic substance. The phonic substance of a language is made up of the sounds that a language has accepted for its formation, and the study of the sounds of a particular language is supposed to be phonology. Phonology is one of the branches of linguistics. For example, English has 44 speech sounds, and we know that out of these 44 speech sounds, 24 are vowels, 24 are consonants, and 20 are vowels. The graphic substance consists in the signs that a language accepts for its formation, and a scientific study of the signs of a language is called graphology. And we know that English has an alphabet which consists of 26 letters. 21 are consonants and 5 are vowels. They are actually called letters. The second pattern is the patterns of form. And the patterns of form give rise to a system under the control which a language operates. This system consists in, we have got two branches as far as patterns of form is concerned. The first is called lexis. And lexis is nothing but all the words accepted by a language. And all these words are arranged in an alphabetical order, and we see a branch of linguistics once again here. It is called lexicography, and lexicography is nothing but a science of compiling all the words in a language in an alphabetical manner. So lexicon is the word that is used for dictionary of a language. The second important division of patterns of form is called grammar. And we know that grammar is nothing but a finite set of rules and regulations that a language has to accept for its formation. We may have a look at grammar, and grammar is best studied by dividing it into morphology and syntax. So grammar has got two branches. The first branch is called morphology and the second is called syntax. We can see on this slide, morphology is grammar below words. It means morphology is a branch of linguistics that deals with analysis of words and the smaller units of words, smaller constituents of words, which are called morphemes. Apart from that, morphology undertakes a systematic study of the word formation processes. And we know that there are two types of word formation process. The first is called major word formation process and the second is called minor word formation process. So grammar has got the second branch, it is called syntax, and syntax is supposed to be grammar above words. Because under syntax we deal with the analysis of phrases, clauses and sentences. Now we have a look at the last patterns. It is supposed to be the patterns of context. Patterns of context give rise to the meaning in language. We know that every text has a context and there cannot be a text without a context. Text can be either a spoken discourse or a written communication. And automatically this gives rise to a branch of linguistics called semantics. So semantics deals with the context of the language, and context is nothing but different types of meanings conveyed by the grammatical units in a language. Semantics consists in the study of either meaning or meanings, and we know that there are three varieties of meanings. The first is called literal meaning, which is supposed to be objective meaning of words. The second is called connotative meaning, which is supposed to be the secondary meaning of the words. And the third variety of meaning is called the denotative meaning. Denotative meaning is nothing but the implied or symbolic meaning of words in a language. With this, we come to an example in the context of language. And this example has been taken from William Wordsworth's very famous poem called Rainbow. There is one line in the poem, "Child is the father of man." If you concentrate on the word child here, we see at least three varieties of meanings. The word child has the first meaning. It is called the literal meaning. And in its literal meaning, the child is nothing but a young of human being. This is called biological meaning of the word. If you go to the second meaning of child, it is supposed to be the connotative meaning, and connotative meaning is supposed to be the secondary